Go down to South Beach. Welcome to Miami. You already know what Will Smith said. Party all night when the heat is on to the break of dawn. Oh, my man was ready. He was ready. So right after that, I told y'all this news happened first, and then the Bucks they should have fired the GM after this happened because Terry Rozier got traded to the Heat for
Hmm.
six man of the year, Kyle Lowry, and a 2027 first round pick. I mean, I know I made you start the first topic off, but this is your team, Dave. I'm gonna lean on you for this one because I already know what Terry Rozier can do. But you had some choice words. Go back and watch the intro for both the GM and Kyle Lowry. Take it away,
Exactly.
Dave.
Exactly. First, I want to say thank you, Kyle Lowry, for your leadership. You were one of the best leaders that we've had in Miami. So this is not to say that you were not a great leader. And throughout your career, you've been a pretty good player. However, over the last two seasons, you were not exactly what we needed as a point guard. So we gracefully say thank you for your services and send you to Charlotte. Um, I'm happy. I'm simply happy that Kyle Lowry is no longer in Miami. He is not necessarily what we needed as the point guard for this team. Although he fits the morale as far as the toughness, playing defense and all that. I get that, but at some point, your production needs to be worth the minutes that you're getting. Kyle Lowry is playing 28 minutes per game. He's only averaging 8.2 points per game, 4 assists and 4 rebounds per game. That is all he's averaging, and he's
20 minutes?
shooting. And I believe he's shooting a 43% from the field.
28 minutes?
Yeah, he's averaging 28 minutes, and that's whether he's starting or on the bench. He's averaging 28 minutes. And the last time he had a post game interview, I believe, was he said that he didn't like the idea of him coming off of the bench. He hoped that it was a one time thing. Well, Kyle Lowry, you missed the last 18 3 pointers that you've taken. I don't know if you understand how the league is going or how it's been for the last few years since the Warriors won the championship in 2015, but this is a 3 point shooting league, and you have to be able to make your shots. If you're not making your shots, Kyle Lowry, then I'm sorry, you're just not going to be what we need here. Um,
He should know.
wow, that's funny. I'm
Oh,
sorry. Kyle Lowry to Miami is Harrison Barnes to the game. You might be absolutely right with that. You might be. So that means you might want to hurry up and try to get. You might want to do what I did, Joe. You might want to do what I did and put put your GM in a doghouse and have and cuss him out for not well not cuss him out, but bomb him out for not trading away Harrison Barnes. I mean the trade deadline is close, but it seems like nobody wants Harrison Barnes right now. But
the Kings' fault is they trying to trade for Kyle Kuzma, but they ain't trying to give up them picks. We need them picks.
better give up them picks. Y'all were the third seed in the West last year, so let's see what happens. But I do want to say that I'm excited about Scary Terry being in Miami. He has always been one of my favorite like underrated players in the NBA. We all know that he's a scorer. He was like that when he was with Boston and with the Celtics when Kyrie was there. Um, they called him Scary Terry for a reason. This season, he's averaging 23 points per game, 6.6 assists, and a steal per game. The last time a Miami Heat player averaged that in the season was LeBron James. That's the last time a player averaged that in the season.
Bucks just signed Doc Rivers.
Wow,
Just like that.
that's crazy. Same day the man got fired, he got another thing about
It's
that.
an inside job, man. Oh, hold on.
Oh,
Come
come
on,
on,
Joe.
Joe. You macking it.
You about to get in the doghouse, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow, Joe. Wow. Wow.
I'm gonna say my bad.
Back to Scary Terry, man. So over the last 5 seasons, there's been two players that have made the most clutch 3 pointers over the last 5 seasons. We know who one is because he's the best 3-point player in the game, the best shooter of all time, Steph Curry, who made 56 on 34.6 3-point percent shooting. The other player is Terry Rozier, who also made 56 on 37% shooting. Right now, he's averaging about three pointers per game, 46% from the field, 36% from the three, and 85% from the free throw line. He fits what we need. We needed a point guard that can score, create his own shot, and that can play defense. He does that. He does all of that. I heard someone say this earlier on another show that Kyle Lowry that Terry Rozier is a younger Kyle Lowry. I don't think that's the case. I think he's much more athletic than he is. I don't really know what I really don't know what his leadership is either when it comes to that. Um,
Wow.
Also, he doesn't flop as much as Kyle Lowry does. So that's another thing. But I don't think you can compare the two. So that was a terrible comparison. And 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 I and I have to say who said this. Uh,
I knew it.
Shannon Sharp. Come on,
I knew it.
you can't. That's a terrible comparison.
It's for Joe.
You've been really good. You've been really good on most of your comparisons when it comes to like sports, but this is a bad one. You call him a young athletic Kyle Lowry. That's just no. That's bad. But Tomo, you can
A
go.
younger,
It's
younger Cal. What Cal Lowry was he watching? But did he mean DeRozan? Because DeRozan was like a mid-range assassin, but Gary Terry can hit the three as you just stated, and also the average of points that you just named. Think of that, like he had to take over for the Hornets while LaMelo was out, and while LaMelo was out, he picked up the slack. So with those averages, he was averaging 28.5 per game, 46.3 from field goal percentage, and then 90% from free throw, 40% from the 3-point line. Right.
mm-hmm.
These are all the things that Jimmy Butler would need when it's time to go into the playoffs. Think about this, because this is also one of the things that got y'all to the finals. You had two dogs. Then one of them now was in Cleveland. The other one went to the Lakers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so those two left, and now you revamp it. You get some dead weight out of there. I mean, we already got Udonis Haslam jersey going up. Paul Pierce, don't fight me. We got the jersey going up, and then you found
We got the D Wade statue coming soon.
there we go, and then you got somebody who's just wasting 28 minutes a game. Now, when you was reading off his stats, you said you averaged 28 minutes a game and 8 points. I was like, all right, 8 points is cool. I was waiting for you to get to the assist because hopefully, say 3 point, say 4 and 20. That's supposed to at least be 9, 8 or 9 in that ballpark. If you're not going to score, you got to at least facilitate the basketball. Like, what are you doing for those 28 minutes? And that press conference was hilarious. He said, I hope it's a 1 game thing. Oh, yeah, it's a 1 game thing here in Miami because now we're getting you out of here. You got to
Yep.
go. So now it's going to be an every game thing when you go up to Charlotte. Hopefully, you can hang out with the baby while you're over there on the bench and y'all can talk about some things. You might be in another video,
Facts.
or you might be a part of another trade. That might be a good topic for the doghouse, maybe like a quick off-camera topic, because nobody really cares where Kyle Lowry goes unless he's a part of a 3-team trade that can facilitate something for someone else. All I'm saying is I'm not going to talk too much trash because the Wizards are also in the trade market and they're looking for expiring contracts. And Kyle Lowry may be a veteran that they want to bring. And I'm not trying to deal with that right now. We already got 7 games on the year. And
Well,
I ain't.
luckily for you, I have an idea of where he might land, and it's not Washington. From what I'm hearing, he may be a part of a trade that involves DeJounte Murray being gone from Atlanta. The Hawks are the favorites to land Kyle Lowry.
I feel sorry for you, Ice Tray. I feel sorry for you, man. Because now he about to slow the offense down. Unless he come off the bench. Technically, I don't know what's wrong with the vets and not understanding that coming off the bench is an okay thing. We just seen Russ win a game for the Clippers coming off the bench. Like, it's okay. You're
Mm-hmm.
still getting paid and you're helping the team win.
Exactly. Embrace the role.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just not it anymore. That's just what happens. I'm sorry. It may be a harsh reality, but sometimes you're just not meant to be that person anymore. It's just you're not the Kyle Lowry that was in Toronto. And honestly, were you ever one of the best point guards in the league? I don't think so. I never heard your name as one of the best point guards in the league during that time we was in Toronto. Now, the team was really good, but that's because you had DeMar DeRozan on your team. DeMar DeRozan was the star, and you just happened to be his Robin.
And funny thing that you said everything about finals and where the league is going with the Golden State Warriors, because he beat that same team. I mean, granted, Kevin Durant got hurt, Klay Thompson got hurt, but he went up against that same team, and you seen what they was doing when they clicking on all cylinders. 3-pointers are the way to go.
Yeah,
And
and
that's
the
kind of
crazy.
why they got your boy out of there too, because he kept shooting mid-range jumpers.
And remember, the reason why the Toronto was good is because Fred VanVleet stepped up in that final season. It
There we
wasn't.
go.
It wasn't you, Kyle Lowry. It was Fred VanVleet.
There we go.
That was the Fred VanVleet and the Kawhi Leonard show.
With a
That did
little
not
bit of
involve
Siakam.
a little bit of
Little
Siakam and just a smidge of Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, because he was having a blast when they won. I was like, bro, you was just saying you miss your boy DeRozan, and now you got a ring, and you like, Kyle, come back. I mean, he said, Kawhi, come back, and he went to LA. So
Mhm.
the writing's on the wall, man. It happens that way. And we're gonna take a quick commercial break, but we want y'all to hit that like button, hit that share button, because when we come back, we got to talk about one of the most underrated wide receivers in the league, Mike Evans, because now he's on the market. You got to see where he gonna go. And then we probably got to talk about one of the, some people would say overrated quarterback. Some people would say he's rated right where he needs to be.
Mhm.
But we got to see, how do we feel about it? Is Josh Allen overrated? So when we come back, we're gonna have a lot to talk about. FJA, be prepared. Be back in a second. Hold up, what that say?
Kyle Lowry balled out in the closeout game in the finals. Cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
now you
That's
can close it
good.
out in Charlotte.
That's good. Yep, there you go. Now he can close out and start on the bench.
And we'll be right back.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.